Here is the love seat that matches the chair that I just had recovered. The springs are underneath here, and when I sit down, it crunch, you see all this squishy. So those springs need to be redone too when they reupholster. And what I've learned about reupholstering is, get recommendations from folks, of course, that's how you find them. But when you're picking out your fabric, you can pick it out yourself and you can pay less, but you'll also have a cutting fee with whoever does your reupholstering. And you can pick it a lot of times from your reupholsterer. I usually talk about the piping, and I'll talk about like the springs that, I'm sinking down to the floor, that kind of a thing. And then I leave them alone so that I'm not continually picking at them. Well, look at this. This would have been nice if this had been piped. I didn't think about that, but that was piped. I bet originally this wasn't piped, so they just did that. But, you can talk to them about things like that. Anyway, this is my little vacation rental cottage. And I had a chair, the matching chair in here. But this summer somebody got sick in it, and as much as I cleaned it up, I could still smell it. As you know, I did brown color. So I went ahead and had it refinished. And let me go show you how that turned out. Here is the chair that I had refinished that used to match here. Now, this is cut velvet, and you can't get it anymore, but I found it in her shop. She'd bought it a while ago and still had it. This is mohair. It was $75 a yard, but I only needed a quarter of a yard. And this was $45, probably because she'd bought it years ago. And on the other side of the cushion, I did the solid. And that's the only solid part on it, because as you see as I walk around in the room, you can see the back of it. So I wanted the back to be patterned also. She asked me to trust her, and she went ahead and did the piping in solid. And look, see, she did do it here. And I like that much better on the arms. She asked me if I wanted solid here, and I thought I didn't, because I didn't want too much going on. I'm sure with her taste it would have been fine, but that's what I did. Now, the other reason I love this fabric was because I'd had her reupholster for me other furniture, and it was navy. And it is right here. This used to be my grandparents'. There's a chair and a matching couch, and I think the couch is, I want to say 8 feet long. It's longer than 6, so 8 feet long. I had cushions made to match the chair, and then that ties the whole room together. And this is a velvet like stuff too. It's not, I don't know, anyway, it's got a nap to it. I don't think it's mohair. So here are the three pieces together, and finally my room is tied together. And husband made the jade table, so now I feel really fancy. My things are coming together. Maybe I look like I have a decorator now. Have the plain colored piping on it. I thought about doing what do you call it, that tucked, where it's cushioned in, but I just thought, I'm going to stay just original to the design that it was. And so here's this chair, and I can make the video longer. I can put a pillow on there, and that ties it in with this chair. Well, let me show you how she fixed the springs here. Well, not how she fixed them, but look, I sit down, there's nothing. See, I stay in the same place. And here's the springs are underneath here, and she has them nice and stiff. Going to a quality reupholsterer is sure worth it. I mean, unless somebody barfs on this one, I won't be having to reupholster it. Let me show you some other reupholsters reupholstered pieces I have and why I'm not particularly pleased. I tried to save money. I had this done. This was in the family too, most of my furniture is. And I sit on it and the springs aren't bad. I like this fabric because it was a bedroom chair, and what I don't like about it is this is splitting apart. I had this done probably 25 years ago, so it's getting time. I had these pieces done, the other chair and the little love seat that I showed you out in the little house, by a mental health place that was teaching people how to reupholster and give them job skills. And you signed a release that said you knew it wasn't going to be perfect, but you know they're going to do it anyway. And they did about 4 or 5 pieces for me for $1,500, and that included the fabric, which I bought from them. So you know it was a fine deal, but things like this don't quite fit, and that was fine because I needed these pieces done. They were just falling apart, and for what I wanted, they sufficed. But anyway, so someday I want this redone. Here's one of my favorite pieces that they had redone at that mental health place for me. But the problem is cats. Don't let cats near your stuff. Its springs are good. Another family piece. And I was able to find brocade. Brocade is really hard to find. But I like it because it's, you know, like a solid color. It doesn't add a lot of pattern to the room because my things have all the pattern, like horses, right out the window. He's hanging over the water trough. But anyway, back to the chairs. It is a nice solid, but it has a little bit of pattern to it. I just found a pillow at a yard sale. It worked. Let me show you a fun piece. Here's my fun piece. I found a really cheap lady here on the island to do it, and it was cheap. I bought the fabric at Sci Fabrics online. It's a fuchsia velvet, and my problem with that is I got a medium weight velvet. It's not really for upholstery. Let's see if I can get better color. That's a little better color balance. This is a little more true to what it is. Already one of these buttons comes out. I don't know how you fix that. The other thing is, she didn't change the springs. She didn't change the stuffing. You can hear it. So you get what you pay for. Jessica cross-stitched this for me. Shenanigans, scaredy, barfy, dirty cats. And that was George, and that was Delicata. And there's a upside-down mouse. But anyway, little mementos. These are what Delicata played with. And then when I had my foot surgery, the clinic gave me that. Anyhow, this was my grandmother's and my mother's chaise lawn, and it's just fun and dramatic to have it in the bedroom. I don't sit on it much because I feel bad about the stuffing, crunchy, and after I do sit on it with this medium weight, it leaves little marks like that in the fabric from stretching, and then it gradually goes back, so not excited about that. But I do like the piece. I like the color. My mom couldn't believe I picked hot pink. She knows I like pink, but she didn't know how I picked that color. It used to be a cream background with lots of big flowers on it, roses and that kind of thing. Well, of course it's dark in here. This was another piece. This was my aunt's chair, and just, I think it was just before she died they gave it to me. And it was a 1980s, or 1970s I should say, kind of green, real heavy fabric stuff. I don't know what that is, but anyway. So I did it in a caramel velvet I got from the Sci Fabrics also, and this was a little heavier weight fabric, so it actually sits better. But I had the cheap lady do it, and I mean it was nice. She made me little arm protectors, which I probably should take off because it'll fade funny. I had to have the cushion restuffed because she stuffed it with the original feathers that it had, and that's why I didn't like it in the first place, because you sank. And so I took it to this really good place that I did the blue furniture with, and they put it with a zipper, and it's nice heavy fabric. I didn't take the chair over but she got the perfect fit somehow anyway. And I guess I'll just lay these there. My next project will be this chair. I remember my dad sitting it all the time watching TV. It has a little carving on the legs. I like that it's real low and just simple, but I used to think it was leather, but actually it's fabric. You know, so my folks had this since the 50s. Probably came from somebody's parents after that. So I'll get a imitation leather. I'll probably keep studs or whatever you call those things on, and the piping. But the thing that'll be interesting is this will be puffy again. Right now it doesn't puff or anything. My sister thought I should keep the yellow color. Right now I've got it on this oriental rug. Maybe I should do a tan or something that goes with that caramel chair. I've got leather couches upstairs that I bought, and they're so light, you know, I can about pick them up and push them, but I like the color they were. Of course they faded in the sunshine over the, you know, period of years. So, but I don't know, probably brown would work. You know, it's boring. Yellow's fun, but I don't have anything else yellow in here. This is the furniture I bought at a furniture store. I don't remember what I paid for it. I probably bought it 10 years ago or so. But it's got the studs. I like that. And it was a richer brown color. Things fade. I've got the window right here. So it's, you know, really faded here. Here you can see more of what the color was. A nice rich reddy brown, which I really do like. So I got a love seat to fit over here. And over here is the couch. Guess who gets the couch? I've taken his blanket up right now, but anyway, I keep just pillows on the corners, and so you can see the red color it used to be. But I like pillows, so these are just Costco pillows, and that's not a Costco cat. You know, and it's fine. We use it. It's here in the family room, that, you know, dining room table and all that, and kitchen. So it works fine. When I first got them, I wouldn't let anybody drink or eat on them, but, you know, now who cares? Now they can't eat or drink on the blue ones. And the pillow ties it in with this chair. Mostly we use this chair to sit and go through library kind of things. But anyway, here's my parlor and the furniture that is now finished. Yay! So if you have a nice piece of furniture that's worth saving, because these aren't made out of particle board or anything, have it reupholstered. And give it a lot of thought before you do it, because it's not cheap. Probably costs as much as a new piece of furniture, but oh man, this was worth it, because this is real wood. It's solid. So until next time, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.